done, Shazia, with the drink?
Sorry.
That's okay, it's okay.
Excellent.
Again with?
No.
Or again with Fred? Fatima and Fred?
Not yet. But she left.
Yeah. Is it not that? Huh?
Where? There's a chairlift too, just like so nice.
No, this is not chairlift. This is hydro lines.
Maybe chairlift.
They have it. They have somewhere over there. Chelsea, I asked that guy. It says it'll take 6 hours to get there.
No. That's where you started. No. I don't know what kind of taxi, but that's where you started from when you came from Pakistan.
Whoa. Those are like those mixed.
Taxi drivers make a lot of Chicago, New York.
Tickets right there, no. Where's their shoes? Is it? No. Yes.
Took like about 17 pounds, and then we took rolled bone out somewhere else. It was an actual mouth shake. It's like we went to out there, we had like extra rolls, and we took the bone out so that the blood clot is shooting straight away. I think we just got massive teeth. It looked worse, but now the straight looked nice. But when I was just like big and at that point I went to travel books. They all had like but the wall gets started. Yeah. Character building. Alright, horse in, every month, horse in, every month.
Anybody like hills? Like this one in front of us? I don't think so. We have folks from Germany and all over the world. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We have folks from all over the world, and we're going to sing the Rice Ceremony Jingle for them all together. Connecticut, are you with me? All right, ladies, I want to hear you. All right, Chicago, I know you know it up there. Don't think you're going to be left out just because you're my buddy's sister. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, here is the song. Here we go. Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. Ding, ding. To our right is the cable car. The cable car is featured in that commercial because it is a national monument. Yes, I have to be put down. because they're pulling carts and things up and down these hills. So he went over to England, he came back, and he devised a way of a cable working underground pulling these cars up and down the hill. Since then, it's been the best mode of transportation in the city for quite some time. In fact, most of the city was operated by cable car before the 1960s. There are only 3 lines remaining right now. Triathlon going on out there. But Dolphin Club members, none of them are under the age of 70 years old. Each and every morning they swim those waters, which is never above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Dolphin Club members include Miss Lillian. Miss Lillian. 1850, the first chocolate company in America. The Ghirardelli brothers arrived here from Rome, started making chocolate downtown, moved here in 1900. This building was making chocolate until 1963, when it too fell to tourism and they moved the company up to the East Bay. Inside you'll find yourself. I did go to school a couple of days, okay, Chicago? Yeah. A few lesser known San Franciscans went here too. They include, you have to help me on this. Help me on this. Hall, America's favorite murderer. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at O.J. Simpson Field. The juice was loose right there back in 1965. Folks in Connecticut feel O.J.'s still loose in the year 2001. But I'm here to $800 a month. Yeah.
Good.
Average home is about $750,000. It is also been a major earthquake on the Love Tour. Not one. Only on my days off. And I'm never off. Here to the right, this area of San Francisco is considered the most dangerous place to be in the event of an earthquake, because the ground is water. This is built on a foundation of sand and water. On October the 17th, 1989, this is the area of the city you saw on television screens around the world. Homes exploded. Some sank 10 feet into the ground. Others exploded into fireballs. Because of the gas line rupture, this area was completely in shambles. It is called the Marina. It's one of the most beautiful places in town. They have their own marina out there, boats, beautiful, beautiful homes. $3, $4, $5, $6 million homes out there as well. But it's all been rebuilt. Cheech Marin. Oh yeah. And a young man 4 years ago, he was in the biggest movie in the world. You're gonna catch this one easy. A love story, a boy, a good fellow sessions. Outside of the church. Outside of the church.
No, you talking now?
Huh?
Talking now?
So go with Daddy. I want to take a picture.
We'll take the other one just in case.
All those figures are facing over. Wait, one more. Okay. I got 2. Wow.
A little while as we go through it again. But now, to our front right. They call it the 7th modern engineering wonder of the world. It is the granddaddy of all bridges. It is the one, the only. Where my New Yorkers at? This is the Brooklyn Bridge. I made a left when I should have made a right. The Golden Gate Bridge, and I apologize for those of you from London, it is not gold. We'll talk about that later. But if you look around you, you can tell kind of why it's not gold. The Golden Gate Bridge started out as a dream in the mind. 50th anniversary. They had 400,000 people on the bridge, and it completely flattened out. It's as close as this bus gets to the Golden Gate Bridge, because Tony does not like that bridge, because it moves. Number 1502. We were right here on January the 2nd, 2000. San Rafael on up to Nevada, as well as Sonoma, the wine country, and all the way out of California. Just keep driving. The bridge, okay. The toll, $3. It's the most expensive toll of any of the 6 bridges we have on the bay. And you can see that beautiful bay out there. Take a good look. We won't see it again for a while. All right. $3 to get back into the city only. All right. You don't pay to leave, but you gotta pay to get back in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that's all. It's not just because of the high real estate. There are many reasons for it. Outpatient, and they're still outpatients. These buildings, I mean, they used to house 27,000 soldiers and their families here. So you do the math. We could take care of almost knock out homelessness with this one place right here. But, and how much are they going to make? To our right, majors and colonels lived in those homes. We're going to pass through the General Douglas MacArthur. Come out on the other side. Presidio Golf Course will be on the left. All the way to your left. A lot of lakes. Many of them have been dried up. But there were lakes, there was hunting, fishing, all of that out here in this area near the Presidio. People started moving out here. They moved to places like Lake Street. And it became very popular to build a big home, mansions in this particular part of the city. Now, we're going to go down to Geary Street and then go up out to the ocean. At this time, I want to give everybody the numbers of San Francisco. Gold was discovered in 1849. This city has the largest or the highest real estate in America. The average home in San Francisco, 3-bedroom, 2-car garage, sells for $420,000. The average 1-bedroom apartment in this city is $1,500 per month. We outdid Hawaii and Chicago. That's Chicago in the brain. Hawaii and New York as the highest real estate in the country. This is Geary Street. You may be living on Geary Street if you're in a downtown hotel. It runs from Market, about 2 miles left of us there, all the way out to 49th Avenue. There are 49 blocks crossing this city. A lot of 49s, huh? Not to mention the San Francisco 49ers. All right, but remember, if anybody writes you a letter or calls you and tell you, oh, I live on 50th Avenue in San Francisco, come visit. Don't go. They live in the ocean, okay? All right, this area is largely the cultural side of this area we're in right now, which is the far western side of San Francisco. This is home to a large Japanese population as well as Russian, yes. After the Bolshevik Revolution in 1919, many Russians fleeing for their lives, baklava. And the Japanese came here quite differently. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941, many of the Japanese Americans here in this city, some of them born in America, didn't even speak Japanese. They were all taken over to Angel Island. There, 10,000 families live. The Holy Virgin Cathedral, also built in 1920. It is also the largest Russian church in America. All right, not this one to the right, okay? That is Catholic. The one with the golden dome, everything in it is straight out of Mother Russia. Alright. Yeah. Photo show. Alright, now I do 2 things. I do tours, I watch movies. That's it. I live a very exciting life. But I always Alright, now when it comes to real estate, this is an area of San Francisco where you could come across some property for $350,000 to $390,000, which is below the average here in this city. The reason for that is the fog. Now, it's the most western part of the city, but unlike many coastal cities, when you get close to the beach, that should be the highest value, that you have. Well, downtown is our highest value. Well, actually, the highest value and the rule of thumb in this city is the higher you go, the more you pay. I'll say it again for those of you all the way in the back there. The higher you go, the more you pay. Now you know where Tony Love lives at in San Francisco. in the valley, in the basement. We're trying to move. Alright, but this particular area close to the beach gets a lot of fog. A lot of fog. Probably 200 days out the year, it's very foggy here. But on a clear sunny day, this is a very beautiful place. There are just not enough of those days. Well, that fog carries a lot of salt off the ocean. So that salt corrodes many of these homes, buildings, and cars. So it's a little cheaper to buy a home or property out here. It has nothing to do with the rent. If there's an apartment, it's home to Hawaii. It's out there somewhere. Anybody see it? No? Keep looking. If you do see Hawaii, please let me know. Alright? We have a show to put you on. Alright? It's only 4,000 miles away, and that show is called That's Incredible. Alright, out to our front right, you're going to see Seal Rock here at the Cliff House area. Seal Rock at one time was home to over 200 seals. Those seals are now located at Fisherman's Wharf. You may have seen one of them. In fact, I heard one of them died down there on the wharf and was eaten by the birds last couple days. Well, those seals are on those two rocks out there to our right. About 2 hours before the earthquake of 1989, the seals jumped off the rock and swam out to sea about 5 miles. Okay, they swam out there, the earthquake came and went, the seals returned, but they didn't come back to those rocks. They are now at Pier 39 in Fisherman's Wharf. Here to our front right, this is the Cliff House Restaurant. Alright, something going on up here. They must have heard love was on the way. Alright, Cliff House dates back to 1863. At one time, it was one of the grandest restaurants in this city. Straight down the hill, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ocean Beach. And you can see the crazy people out there. Those are what I call surfers. Alright? But for those of you from England and all around the world, Alberta, I know you were asking me about the movie Charmed. This is not Baywatch, okay? There is no Pamela Anderson or no David Hasselhoff on this beach. Pamela Anderson was on this beach. Tony'd have a much different job. Tony Love, lifeguard. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it, London? Yeah. If only I could see. They started building it back around 1880. It was completed in 1894 when they held the Midwinter Summers Fair here in San Francisco. This is where Mark Twain, otherwise known as Samuel Clemens, had the very popular quote, which went like this: "The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco." He said that in this. He said that in this. In 18. My mommy, she always wants to keep up with. That's Mama Love. Alright, as we enter the park, ladies and gentlemen, another beautiful lake. What do we have here from Florida? I know we've got some folks from Florida in the back. There's my man. I'm going to tell you about another guy from Florida. In fact, he was from he was from down around your area. This young man was a resident of San Francisco. He lived in an apartment, and he had a pet in his apartment. Well, the pet got a little too big for the apartment, started getting complaints from the neighbors. This loud noise coming from the lake. Kind of like that Loch Ness thing, you know, over there. Yeah. Well, once they found out there was actually an alligator, they knew somebody was eating those birds out there and it wasn't a human. Well, they sent back down to Florida for someone, a guy from the Everglades, Swamp Man or somebody. He was one of those Crocodile Dundee types, you know what I mean? Yeah. They brought him here. Now get this. They brought the guy here, first class flight, United Airlines. Put him up in the Fairmont Hotel. And they told him, look, we need you to go down here and catch this crocodile because our guys don't know anything about these. He was an alligator, actually. Catch this alligator. The guy said, sure, okay, no problem. But he was in the Fairmont Hotel. Now, that wasn't a big lake. He came out here every day for a week and said he couldn't find the alligator. Well, the mayor got suspicious going into that second week. And fortunately, two young boys did catch the alligator, and they sent Mr. Crocodile Dundee back home. But he got a week out of the city for nothing. All right. As you can see, it looks like family reunions and celebrations. The park is totally open to everyone. That was former Superintendent McLaren's dream, was to keep the park open to everyone. I mean, you know, you didn't need permits and things like that. You can go anywhere, you can do anything in the park that's legal. All right? And it is, for the most part, the same way. Now, the park on Sundays is closed off. But fortunately for you, you feel something is just not right. You look down and you realize this very small, very petite woman wears a size 14 shoe. Gentlemen, be afraid. Be very afraid. You're in San Francisco now. All right? And Tony does not want what happened to him to happen to you. All right? It was 5 years ago. In fact, my therapist says I will be able to date again soon. It's just going to take a little while. Need a little more patience. But gentlemen, if I told you more, I'd have to kill you, all right? But Tony's going to take you down and show you how things are not what they appear to be in this city. Ladies, at our next stop, just to make your driver feel better, as you leave the bus, would you please just stick out your feet and let me check them out, okay? All right, I feel so much better. Anything under a 14 and I'm okay, all right? So I know you're all in good shape. Coming up on our left is the Japanese Tea Gardens. Don't worry, I'm not going to forget. The Japanese Tea Gardens were established around 1900s. Back then, they were just called the Tea Gardens. But after we made up with Japan, they made up with us. You know, we weren't mad at each other anymore. They renamed it the Japanese Tea Gardens around 1950. It's over to our left. It's a $3 entry, okay, $1 for seniors. Now, what I'm showing you about the park is just a drive-through, folks. Over here to the right, the botanical gardens are free. There are 14 gardens in this park that are absolutely free. The Japanese Tea Gardens are the only ones that have an admission, okay? The only ones. And they are beautiful. You can see the Alright, Japanese Tea Gardens were over to the left. More buses to the left as well. We're going to head up into the hill up there where this big red and white tower is. This white tower is. This got to be extras in that movie, acting wild and crazy. Some of them running around stark naked. Alright, up on the hill to the left is the University of California at San Francisco. Now this hospital, it's always been a great medical school up there. You'll see in the research, you'll see HIV and a lot of other diseases that are going on. PJ's Oyster Bed, the yellow building across the street to the left. Everybody see it? That's the best seafood in San Francisco. Go there. You can come there on this number N streetcar. These streetcars are from Italy. They're very nice. They go above ground as well as underground. Catch it from a downtown location like Market Street towards the ocean. Take you right there to PJ's Oyster Bed. Absolutely fantastic food there. Nice price. As you can see, those. And you'll see that in much of California, the entire state. Spain plays a major role in the history of this state. But back to this hospital. This hospital today is home to a hospice for those stricken with the HIV virus or AIDS and can no longer care for themselves. They're cared for free here at Laguna Honda. Also, an elderly hospital, hospice as well. 1,400 rooms there for people. It's going to be torn down. 4 years ago, it was on a ballot to be rebuilt. It was going to take about $150 million to restore that place. It was on the ballot along with a new ballpark for the San Francisco Giants. Guess what won? Yeah, you'll be seeing a new ballpark in just a moment. Also here to our left, this is Juvenile Hall and Jail. People be missing their kids around town and wonder where they are. All they got to do is call up here. This is usually the place. All the cemeteries are about 2 miles out the city in a place called Colma, California. That's where you'll find them all. Alright. Hey, how you doing? In all of the city, there's a little bit more to it than what we've seen. But it's mostly residential, and none of the water. After April, it doesn't rain until November here in San Francisco. Look like somebody missed the bus. Over at Mount Davidson. Top of Mount Davidson is the Christian Cross. See it over there?
Wait, did you see that?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to give you what you've been asking for. You wanted to see San Francisco? I give you now. San Francisco, the city by the bay, the city of love, where the oohs and the ahs. Ooh, ah. Alright, hold those cameras. We're going to stop, get off the bus, have a bad hair day. For those of you who are having bad hair days like myself, once you get it, can be seen from 10-15 miles away in any direction. But there were some Indians down in the valley behind us back in the early days of San Francisco. The Indians were here all along. And it's recorded that they were talking. And they looked up at Twin Peaks. I think maybe they had some of that. Candlestick Park is also out there to the far right, close to the water, and a little bitty hill all the way to your right about 3 o'clock. Alright. San Francisco Bay stretches all the way up to San Jose. San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge to your front right. Yeah, everything is to your right. Alright, San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, 6.2 miles long, a double-decker bridge, cars on the top going into the city, cars on the bottom going out of the city. On the other side of it is Oakland, California. This is also where, back in 1989, the bridge fell down. The Golden Gate Bridge took 4.5 years to build. This bridge was being built at the same time. They started in 1934. It was complete by 1936. 18 months is all it took to build this bridge. Maybe that had something to do with it falling down. Also out there between that ship to the right and the bridge to the right in the middle of that is the new Pacific Bell Ballpark, home to the San Francisco Giants, who are fighting for first place. When you sit down, you handle your business. 3 minutes later, the door opens. Whether you finish or not. We'll be standing by, huh? So Tony just walks up and down Market Street all the time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there are more people here besides you. You can also get a t-shirt or sweatshirt over at my compadres over here, the amigos. Alright. We're going to be here until 12:30. 12:30.
I think we put the strap on.
Really? Okay, got it. Let me use this one now.
Let me take yours.
We know. We were watching. We don't intend to, I don't especially intend to offend anyone with anything I say. It's not meant in that tone or in that way at all. But I will tell you, San Francisco, 25 years ago, we had a Pride Parade, which symbolized unity and peace among the gay community here in this town. Back then, when they first had the parade, 200 people showed up. They just had it last month. Over 1 million showed up. So that gives you an idea of just how far things have come since that time. But as I share this story with you folks, please keep in mind, I know there's small people on board. I'll try to keep it very interesting. Well, it was 4 years ago. It was Halloween night. Now, for those of you from America, you know about Halloween. But if you're from another country, I guess you have like All Hallows. It's a night of spooks and goblins and all that. Well, here in San Francisco, since we have more spooks and goblins than anybody, it's a very, very big night in this city. That's what reminded me of the story. Well, everybody turned them down, because when they tell you you're going to pick up 30 guys in the Castro, you know the 30 gay men. All right? Well, Tony loves everybody. Just don't try to love Tony. Okay? I took the job, no problem. Got there. Once I arrived, there were not 30 men, but 30 men dressed as women. That night, it was the Carmen Miranda look. All right, you know Carmen Miranda, fruit basket on her head, Latin American. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves just a moment. Imagine 30 drunken transvestites and a driver with a name like Tony Love. It was a very long evening. In fact, by the end of the night, Chico, you ready for this? By the end of the night, I felt like a wide receiver. All the passes that came my way. But Chicago, I want you to know, Tony's a tight end. And he can't catch. So I dropped all of it. We had a good time. I took him down to the boat cruises and then around the different bars and turned in early. So that was that night. So we're going to go down in that area, going to witness Castro Street itself, look around. We're going to go see the Victorian homes, take some pictures. All of this is going to be done from the bus now, folks. So if you need restrooms or anything like that, all I can offer you is the one in the back. I hope that door isn't locked or anything in there. So somebody got to, you know, you had an apartment and it was $600-700 a month, then it's probably still $600-700 a month. Well, when I give you these average prices of things, except for the homes makes no matter how long you've been living here, you're not getting no break. But apartments, yes, I mean, not everyone pays these enormous prices for apartments. I mean, if you've lived here for a while, your price is set. And it only goes up modestly every year or every 2 years. As we head down Market, that is a symbol of unity and peace amongst the community. All right. All right. This is also one of the safest communities. In fact, the safest areas of San Francisco to live in, or even be in. All right. Now, you may not see a lot of police presence or anything like that, but trust me, it's here. Politically, the supervisor from this district is being touted as the next mayor of San Francisco. That tells you a lot right there. And another thing about this area, no matter what...
Just take a picture. Let me take a picture. Because we're getting on the train. We've stood so long.
Just one, come on. What a balloon!
We can't get it. Oh, look at that. Oh, why'd you do that? That was Mommy standing on the rice-a-roni. Okay, wait. Yeah, this is the stair. Yeah, this is open that. You don't take stuff that you don't need. No, I'm not taking it.
What are we waiting online for?
Let's stand here. I'll do like a picture. Stand picture. Stand.
Okay. Wait.
At that time, over 2.5 million people paid over $1 million to see British shoes, size 37AA. For him, a visit to New York was as much an order.
Take it. Whoa. Isn't that cool?
Where's the light?
I just punched the guy in the face.
Okay, now I'll take.
What's this?
Here, big boss.
Okay. Look at this. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts? It's a nice background. Look at all these sea lions. It's really smelly. Giorgio's crying.
Okay, let's go.
We'll come back and get it, okay? Where are you?
Nowhere. We're in the desert.
Ah. Yeah, no, that's not the Golden Gate Bridge. That's the other one. No, the one that he said it. No, the one that he said it.
I got the best. I got the best.
You got your binoculars? All right.
I'm voting for the black team.
Yeah, that's us, Florida Marlins.
I'm voting for black and white.
Not bad. He's center fielder, number 44.
I will take Web Van. Rest in peace.
What?
They closed down. Web Van, they closed down. So I'm saying rest in peace. It used to be a website that you could order groceries.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's the one.
See that huge
Hey Shazia, hi. Shazia.
order groceries on the internet?
Who are you rooting for, Shazia?
Nobody.
Marlins, right?
No.
That's all. Fine. Oh, did you? Oh.
That is the guy. There's a. You didn't figure out the
You want to come with me? Shazia, put on a zipper. Very cold, beta. Let's go, man.
That's a turtle. Okay. Yeah, nose-head turtle or something like that. Okay. We are here at the Exploratorium, and Shazia and Mommy are taking a picture with the nose. Come on! Don't be scared of the birds. Don't be scared, Shazia. Hold her. It's okay, Mom. Now take Mom.
Now lift that up. Now lift it up.
Mom, it's not gonna work. Stop.
Make a bubble. I did bubble.
Shake it like this. Up. Up. Go, Shazia. Shazzy, you turned the light on. Whoa! And you did this all by yourself? You did it all by yourself. Good job, Shazia. Yeah. Not supposed to.
Here, don't say anything.
Oh, it came out so good. I don't think it came out so good. I don't think it came out. Shazzy, act normal. Don't act like. Don't act like that, Shazzy. You have to act normal. That's Daddy about to hit Shazzy on the head with a pillow. Look at me, look at me. Shazzy! What are you doing?
Making a bridge.
Oh, hi, Daddy. What's Mommy doing, huh?
Sleeping.
Sleeping?
Okay, let's get going. Let's go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm making a bridge.
No, we want to keep... Shazia.
Hi.
Don't do that. Act normal.
Okay, come on, switch off the light.
Okay.
Switch off the light.
You know where it is.
The yellow, the guy in the yellow shirt.
See how he bends? Then now he's turning a little bit around. A little bit around.
Sea lion.
Walk, do not run. Keep young people inside. And use the handrails, especially on stairways. Don't stand on the benches or sit on the backs of them. And please don't lean over the railing. Life jackets are located under the benches.
And to hear about the glorious history of one of the world's great cities, San Francisco. Businesses with earthquakes, fires, and a national park that includes open space in the city, wild countryside, ocean beaches, and important historic sites saved for posterity. I'll tell you more about the park later. Now, let's get our as we leave Fisherman's Wharf behind. Off to the right, look for a tiny island. It's not much more than cars, Model T Fords, commuting passengers, and even cattle into the city. One eyewitness called it the greatest revelation of beauty that has ever been seen on the earth. Officially, the exposition was a celebration of the opening of the Panama Canal. But for the citizens of San Francisco,
Francisco, it was much more than that. It was the city's official announcement that it was back on its feet again, bigger and better than ever after the 1906 earthquake. The shattering events of the great events of the
and all sorts of queer phenomena. One woman had been washing a naked child, ran down the street holding it by the ankles as if it were a dressed turkey.
The earth shook again in October 1989, and it was the Marina District that suffered the greatest damage in that quake. Man-made land reclaimed the bay rolled like ocean waves, and buildings collapsed into rubble. Stuart Brand, neither challenge or fear, or the U.S. government. He wasn't even put off by the Great Depression. Encouraged by Strauss, the voters of the region approved the bridge. Construction began in 1933. Look at the tower at the San Francisco and Oak Creek. Next, the two towers began to rise. They were connected. Thousands of steel strands were bundled together to form the enormous main cables. Those two cables rise from the shoreline to the tops of the towers.
And saved 19 lives. 19 men went into the net and were saved.
Those 19 lucky men formed a very special club. It was called the Halfway to Hell Club. Still, 11 men did lose their lives during the construction. 10 of them in one accident